7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
All power to the people. It's the Bruh Listen Podcast. Black podcast focusing on social political issues and how they affect our community. With your hosts, Cedric Owens, Brittany Brown, and Anthony Ryan. Bruh Listen. Bruh Nation, what's good?
Yo.
Woo! Back at it again. We took a week off because there was too much going on last week, and then it doubled up on us. Now it's too much going on this week.
Too much.
But I'm glad we took that week off. Before we get started, make sure y'all follow Bruh Listen on Twitter, Instagram, and all the social media.
And fuck that. I'm making an executive decision. We are going to YouTube soon.
No, we is gonna get back on the YouTube.
Ron King Talk or whatever. He showed me the little shit his homeboy doing. He on YouTube and he just got 1,000 subscribers, and they sent him the message saying that he could now get monetized, and they had a link to click the steps to do it. I'm like, we could have been monetized.
We're still on you. We're still on
shit
YouTube.
out.
We was on YouTube originally, but what content your boy Ron Homeboy do?
I don't know.
The thing about it is you gotta have some. In order to be live on YouTube, you gotta have so many. You have to have so many.
We just gotta get it
We
out.
don't need to go live. We just need to put our shit
record
up
it and put it on there. He's right, but we just need to get it out to the right people though, because I feel like if the right people watch it, we'll be all right.
It's just a lot of lives.
When we did YouTube last time, Bruh Nation, they support the podcast, but they didn't support the YouTube. They support the Facebook, but they ain't support the YouTube. So we just got to get it out again. Support the YouTube.
We didn't have Brittany here as our social media person to really be on this shit or whatever.
And we didn't have Brittany, and the episodes was completely different.
Yeah.
So that's true too.
Shout out.
Speaking of that, maybe we need to get another host. It's supposed to be four.
It's been three.
It's been three a long time.
Getting the host is somebody that want to come and chill.
That's dedicated
and do the shit.
Yeah.
No, the problem ain't damn the chilling shit. The problem is getting somebody that's not plumb stupid.
Plum stupid. And you need dedication and plum.
I can take a stupid nigga.
You just need dedication.
Need a stupid nigga over here.
Well, yeah. Relatively stupid.
Relatively stupid.
Because I'm tired of being the one behind the 8 ball on this whole shit now. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding my own.
Before we get into the serious shit, I got a question for you. That was on King Talk. God damn it, I don't want to bring it to you.
When y'all coming to Casting Couch?
I don't know. We're going to work that out. Now, yeast infection, right?
Oh, God.
Oh, shit. This sounds like this is a Casting Couch question, to be honest with you.
It probably does.
Oh, my God.
It's real yeast.
All right, now we back again. All right. Cole, what you saying about yeast and Rihanna?
Okay, now, look. You could eat yeast from the coochie.
Right.
It's yeast.
Right.
Like if you leave flour on the counter with some water, it's going to turn to yeast. That's the same thing in pussy.
It don't turn to yeast,
yeast,
but it
but
get yeast in it. Okay, go ahead.
No,
It's
that's
yeast in the
Yeast
air.
is a germ.
It's an actual thing.
That's how you
germ.
make homemade
it's a
bread or
bacteria.
whatever. Put flour on the counter, and eventually you can make homemade bread.
Yeah, because yeast flies in the bread.
Yeah. Nah, would you eat a loaf of bread made from Rihanna yeast?
I'm straight.
Infection.
Okay, but now here's
Yeast
something
infection.
interesting.
I'm tearing it up.
With
I don't like her that much.
Toasted or not?
With butter and toasted. Goddamn it.
Oh,
I don't like her
shit,
that much.
Her and
Jelly.
Beyonce and Mariah Carey. Those.
All right, back again, Bruh Nation. Sorry about that.
don't
We
know
having
yet.
some technical difficulties. Cole was saying something about Nick Cannon eating
I don't even know
yeast
where
bread.
I have no idea where we at. I don't even know how these episodes sound right now.
We need a fourth person.
Yeah.
So, because we need somebody to bring up something intelligent for the pre-talk part.
I like
before
that.
we get to you talking about Brianna's
yeah,
yeast
no,
bread.
I was going to talk about
I
it,
like
but
to
I mean,
start it off goofy before we get into all of this hardcore political shit because it just irks me. Because I know we going there.
y'all going
Trump
there.
always pissing political niggas off.
Trump
And
pretty much said the peaceful transfer. They talking about this peaceful transfer of power, and everybody's scared. And Trump probably not going. He gonna leave kicking and screaming.
My number one thing this week ain't even really Trump.
boy, what is it?
Trump
I'm excited
gonna
now.
Trump. Trump gonna Trump.
Trump going Trump.
Trump gonna Trump. Ooh, I do want to say something he said though.
Trump
This ain't even
gonna-
make me mad. I just think it's hilarious. Trump said that he has a $500 billion plan called the Platinum Plan that he's unveiling that's going to help African Americans in the inner cities, give them money, help them establish businesses and all that.
Boy, bye.
My only question for that is why didn't he not drop this legislation when he had the House and the Senate, so the bill could have easily passed.
Because he's a moron.
But it's pandering shit. But that's fine.
All the motherfuckers pandering, but
I know, that's why I'm about to say, that's fine.
Do
That's
what you need
cool.
to
If
do.
you choose, all I want to say is real quick, because I don't know if the nigga listening, he probably don't, because he probably hate me by that. But you remember the nigga we went to school with, Landon or whatever?
Yeah.
I have a thing or whatever. I'm cool with niggas hating Obama, okay, and giving Obama shit. But I want niggas to give Obama shit the way that they give Trump shit equally.
They want to give Trump shit.
Yeah, that's why I'll never have no problem with you. Because
Oh, yeah,
you give
I shit on
Obama
both
shit,
of them
you shit on
motherfuckers.
everybody.
Right.
So I'll never have no problem with Tank. But the problem I have with these niggas, like Landon a coon. Let me tell you why Landon a coon real quick. Okay, if you say fuck Kamala Harris, she get money from private prisons. Then when I show you she don't get money from private prisons, then you say, well, she got money from Walmart and Walmart gave the money to private prisons.
That shit piss you off,
in
didn't it?
93. No. I'm
This
just,
is the second week you talking about it now.
no, listen though.
Go ahead on with
Yeah.
it.
But
Like,
if you say that,
With your black ass.
if you say Walmart gave Kamala Harris money and Walmart gave private prisons money in 93, which they haven't done since the crime bill, but say they gave niggas money in 93, and then you're holding that against Kamala like she shouldn't take money from Walmart because of something they did in 1993 or whatever, then I can't. You're trying to come up with a reason not to like Kamala because your first initial thing was she took money directly from private prisons.
niggas is listening to bullshit on
Russian robots.
But okay, here's my
Going back
thing.
to that
My
one.
thing with the Russian robots when people be saying that,
And it's not just
Is-
niggas. These Republicans
but-
is Russian robots too.
but the Russian robots is not just throwing out right wing propaganda and shit.
They throwing out both.
Against,
That's
they're
what I'm
throwing
saying.
out both. So it's right wing propaganda saying fuck Trump, and it's right wing propaganda. I mean, it's Russian propaganda saying
Fuck Trump,
and the Russian propaganda
saying
saying
fuck Biden. Right.
Biden.
That's my point. So my point is, okay, the Russian robot told you Kamala Harris took campaign money from private prisons. I told you that's not true.
Correct.
Okay, so then I showed you factual evidence to say that's not true. Okay, then you share an article from Fox News that stated about the platinum plan for Donald Trump, saying that he's gonna do all these things for niggas, and you bring up the First Step Act, which is bullshit, and you bring up the HBCU Act, which is also bullshit, or whatever, and you say, well, this is just a piggyback off of that. When I ask you, why do you think this bill would be passed? And then I ask you, why didn't he not drop this bill in 2016 when he dropped the First Step Act when he had the House and the Senate?
No,
He has no intentions of passing that bill.
my response to
No,
to
it was a matter of
my response to that
Trying to
shit
get
is the same way that I respond to when Biden and Kamala be pandering to niggas or whatever. They be like, I don't believe shit.
Okay,
That you
so
motherfuckers
I'ma tell you
saying.
like this here.
Shut the fuck up, Trump.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you like this, cuz. Shut the fuck up, cause this ain't got nothing to do with you. This about these niggas. I'm dead ass talking to, cause it's not just him. It's Eldon. I know you listen. I'm sick of y'all.
I had a back and forth in which I rarely do on social media now.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't even comment on that shit or whatever. But I had a back and forth with my nigga E-Red or whatever. And
Oh yeah, let's talk
And,
about that before we get serious. Because,
you know what?
God damn, I felt like you made some good points now.
I did, but he brought me on to his side of thinking, and it just reaffirmed why I have a more libertarian thought on how to deal with society.
We need a Republican on
because
here.
it's
Go ahead.
because it's motherfuckers like E-Red out there that don't give a fuck about the next nigga if they capable to accomplish goals or their upbringing or how they're disenfranchised and disadvantaged in life. He don't give a fuck. He like pull your shit up by your bootstraps. There's motherfuckers out there like that or whatever, and them motherfuckers vote. The niggas, the helpless and shit, they don't vote.
Right, but see, okay, can I say something real quick? And
You
I
gotta
don't-
be.
I don't wanna
Last
start
thing
arguing
I
about
want to
it.
say is
Oh,
you
please
gotta
do.
look out for yourself.
Okay.
That's why I'm more
Here
libertarian.
go
Go
why.
ahead.
Here go. Okay, you said a good ass point. My auntie, your mama, you said she worked her whole motherfucking life or whatever. And her whole life, all of her money went to her kids, which is true. She ain't had no money for health care. She really didn't. He called it a handout. He said healthcare, free healthcare is a handout. But Tate made a good point about like his mom worked, and she did. My auntie worked her ass off, bro, at a bullshit. She still worked there, don't she? A bullshit ass sandwich job that makes sandwiches for convenience stores here in Jacksonville, Florida. These motherfuckers millionaires. These motherfuckers millionaires. And my auntie, I remember looking at one of my auntie checks, man. I was like, goddamn, in the car with her.
How do you support kids for less?
Come on, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. On some real shit. It was a real humbling moment. I don't think I ever told Tank this. Matter of fact, Tank was locked up. Tank was locked up. I had a car. I was like 18. Tank was locked up or whatever. I was, at the time, my auntie ain't really have no other options as far as like, you know what I'm saying, getting around and whatnot. So I fucking went over there and got my auntie around. Because that's what the fuck we do. We family in this motherfucker or whatever. Please don't hit the table.
Yeah, she do.
But she was going to pick up my cousin, Tank brother, shit from the dry cleaners because he a crispy ass nigga. Okay, the dry cleaners used to be by Blockbuster and shit like this. Bro, I remember this shit like it was yesterday, bro.
Ooh, child.
But just to point it out how long ago it was, this back when niggas used to get check stubs, right? So I'm in the car with my auntie and her check stubs. This how much she was riding with me at the time. My auntie check stubs was in my little center console because I would always take her to do whatever the fuck she needed to do or whatever. And then, wait about 20 minutes. And then I pulled a check stub out, and I look at the check stub. This is like 2000 shit. I was 18 and what, 2004?
2004.
Yeah, code still locked up. The check stub said $8.92. That's how much she was making an hour.
$8.92 an hour.
At that point, she had been working there almost 20 years.
Ain't no way.
Well, since 90 or 91.
Okay, so
14, 15 years.
15 years. That's what I say, almost 20 years.
Ain't no way.
And you was making $8.92. And I thought to myself, damn, my auntie got to take care of my cousin. You know, Tank was locked up. My other cousin, he has a disability. So she had to take care of him on the disability and stuff like that. Hold on, let me pause it. Okay, we back. Take care of my cousin on the disability. And at the same time provide for herself and everything else, and been providing for my cousin and him, and then my other cousin was there with her grandbabies and shit at the time off $8.92. And tell me how you can afford health care. I don't give a fuck if it is 2004 off $8.92.
What E-Red would say is, well, she need to do what she need to do.
Suck my dick
or
from
whatever
that,
to do another job. And this is my point about that. When niggas say do what they need to do, it's people that's entrepreneurs or whatever. That's like the Dame Dash mentality. He not gonna work for nobody. He gonna get it. It's niggas like Diddy, or and then it's niggas like Charlamagne, who they're entrepreneurs, but I'll work for you crackers. Just give me millions. Then it's bosses or warehouses or whatever.
Right.
Then it's workers, and then it's this. It's like everybody is different levels to society.
I agree with that.
So
and society has to function as a whole.
As a whole. So
But
you have to look out for people
right.
that's less
My granddaddy
capable.
used to say this all the time.
My mama is not gonna be a fucking CEO.
She's not.
Everybody has
Auntie
different
Kim,
drives and ambitions, though.
But see, that's my thing. Auntie Kim ain't no like. She plays her role in society.
Yeah.
She raised men.
Right.
She raised. I don't know, Siobhan. I don't know what's wrong with you, but she raised men.
That motherfucker more crazier than Pooh.
Yeah, but that's not.
Pooh, my brother.
Shout out, Pooh. That's not Kim's fault. Siobhan fucking retarded. But okay, my granddaddy used to say this: you got too many chiefs and not enough Indians.
Right. Absolutely.
Right. So if that's even a phrase, that means that at some point, right?
Somebody gonna have to be an Indian.
Come on,
Somebody gonna have to follow. Like you always gonna have leaders, you always gonna have followers. Like
let's go back to our roots, Africa. Let's go back to Native American roots. Let's go back to tribal roots in India. Let's go back to tribal roots in the Mongolians and the Chinese and the Indonesians and the Aborigines and the Aztecs. Okay, the chiefs and the people that are of esteem, they have their shit. But at what point did they stop taking care of the people who was doing the work, the Indians.
Exactly.
When
Exactly.
they grew grain and crop,
That's the difference.
They didn't say, well, I grew all this grain and crop at my corporation.
The tribe in itself took care of the tribe.
I think
no one person went without.
I think that's crazy.
In a tribal mentality.
I just think, for me personally, I think that's cracker shit. And what, like, for real, what I mean by that, I feel like that's cracker shit. I feel like that's European savage mentality. I hate, and this is why I'm getting on Landon and E-Red. I hate when niggas do that shit because that's white shit. And now Landon and E-Red don't want to be considered coons. They consider themselves woke niggas.
I don't think E-Red is a coon.
No, I didn't say that.
E-Red is more Colin Powell-ish.
Yeah, and Colin Powell's not a coon.
Right.
But here's my thing.
Fine line.
Here's my thing. Niggas like Colin Powell, E-Red, and Landon, they don't want to be considered. Alonzo too. Shout out Alonzo, my brother. They don't want to be considered coons, which is fine because I don't necessarily consider y'all coons. But a lot of shit that these particular niggas adhere to is European white fundamentals.
Correct.
And I am 100% to the extent of where I said on the casting couch about I feel like black women should roll with the colored hair shit at this point because that could be our own shit. Fuck what people think.
It was our
Like,
own shit to begin with.
Yeah,
because
like
we the reason why people dyed their hair.
I'm over trying to make the standard of what a quality person is based off a white person.
Yes.
Period. Point blank.
I got my.
Go ahead, Cole.
I was just thinking I got the person that I want to do 365.
Oh,
whatever.
24/9 week grind.
I think that texting and the social media shit, these quick tweets and everything, I think that's a crude way of communicating. Because I think if E-Red was here and we could have a real conversation, I think that it'll be a totally different
can I piggyback off
conversation.
Absolutely.
After something
because he felt me on some of the shit I was texting, but it's texting, so
right,
it's difficult.
And it's misguided and it's out of context and misconstrued. Yeah. Now, the conversation we had earlier in relation to Hater Bear Media business type shit, right?
Yes.
That was a text message or whatever, and you're making a good point because niggas brave over text and Facebook posts and comments. Niggas brave.
Trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers.
Say that shit in my face. But the thing about a political debate too
thugs.
is all political
that
debates.
Nigga Drake killed Meek with that line, boy. Trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers.
Yeah,
hey, listen,
Meek.
Hey, I don't know who wrote it, but Drake said it good. Listen, but that's the thing though. Like nowadays, bro. All like back in the day, political conversations happen between two old white men in a smoky back room bar at the airport.
Absolutely.
Okay. Niggas and regular people in trailers or whatever, crackers didn't talk politics because you ain't supposed to talk politics and religion.
Politics, religion, money.
Right. So you ain't talking. You just follow whatever somebody told you to follow and did that. But nowadays, because of social media and shit like that, it's different. And I think niggas with the Russian robot shit, I think niggas are misguided, which I'm going to go into what I wanted to talk about today or whatever. Not Trump shit, because, listen, Trump gonna Trump. But no, similar to what Trump's doing, he's nominating somebody for the Supreme Court or whatever, right? So I want to ask y'all, do y'all think we should expand the Supreme Court? But not just expanding the Supreme Court. I wanted to ask you, like, do you think, because I'm going to take a minute to talk about Breonna Taylor real quick.
Before you get to that, the Supreme Court, let me ask you a question on that before you get to Breonna Taylor. I seen you post that, and what I was thinking was, okay, all right, once you do it to 19, and then it's
I got that. Can we come back to it? It's
going
to be a long conversation.
And then it's lopsided again.
No, I got you. I got you. The reason why I said 19.
Make it quick.
I said 19 for a reason. But
break it down.
I knew we was gonna have to talk about it on this show because honestly, it's only
both of these is long topics.
Yeah, I talked to Britt and I talk to you all the time. I can't fucking have a conversation with other people about intelligent upper things like that or whatever, right? So my thing about that particular statement, I said it for a reason. I'm gonna come right back to it after the Breonna Taylor thing or whatever, because Breonna Taylor gonna lead into that. Okay, so Breonna Taylor, we all know her story or whatever, and then this week the announcement came down from the Attorney General of Kentucky,
Attorney General, right?
He is a coon.
Kentucky.
He came down and said that there won't be any indictments in response to her murder one officer did get indicted for shooting a wall. That's cool.
For a wall tweet that happened to be coinciding with another apartment.
That's cool. I don't even want to talk about the wall
I
indictment.
think no officer should have been indicted.
That's fine.
That's a whole
but here's
other
my thing.
though.
Okay, that's fine. I'm glad you said that. That's fine. I feel like the process itself did not get justice. Here's why. Okay, who presented the case to the grand jury?
The Attorney General.
The Attorney General. The Attorney General said out loud he did not think the officers had committed a crime. Okay, that's fine. Just like Cud just said that, right?
Now he's
So-
establishing personal bias.
So when you're arguing to a grand jury, you're not arguing against, you're arguing for the crime. So if you're the Attorney General and you feel like, hey, I don't think these dudes did anything wrong, similar to what Cud just said, you must recuse yourself from the case.
That doesn't happen in
you-
any cop that goes before a grand
Right.
jury.
He's exhibiting personal
Everyone,
bias.
they argue for the cop.
Which goes to what I was going to bring up. We need independent prosecutors. We don't, when it comes to police, now we can keep prosecutors for the state and for the federal level. That's fine. And the county, whatever. Don't hit the court. That's fine. But we need, we need independent prosecutors from a third party. You going to sleep on me, Brittany?
I'm
We need independent prosecutors from a third party so that we can handle things like this with the grand jury. There's no way the guy who was arguing in favor of charging Breonna's death should have been the same guy that said he don't think they did nothing wrong.
I'm in a wholehearted agreement.
He is all the way
You
out
know
of
why I
pocket
say that none of the officers should be charged, right?
because technically they didn't break the law.
Yeah.
So I feel him on that. But my thing is,
Fucking law.
give me somebody to argue the case in front of the grand jury and let them decide. So that goes into what I was going to say about the Supreme Court pick.
I would not have been mad if they would have got indicted, though. Fuck them.
Well, like I told Anthony earlier today, I feel like because when we talk about civil and we talk about criminal, like him and I were talking about,
Yeah, man.
a lot of times the civil normally doesn't get rectified until the criminal has taken place of some sort. In this case,
Hold that thought.
all right, so we're back again. We had a little technical difficulties.
We
but
off of
listen.
that, whatever the fuck
What?
you was talking about. We got
no,
move on
so we're
now,
talking
'cause
about
I don't
civil.
even wanna hear it no more.
So in most cases, when you have a criminal in a civil situation, the criminal is normally decided before people pursue the civil, and the civil gets decided. In this case, the civil was decided first as almost like a precursor to what we was about
with
to
some stipulations. What were the stipulations?
The stipulations were that they were going to supposedly, and there was going to be some level of conviction or indictment that was supposed to happen towards whomever killed Breonna Taylor. Which
What?
no, there was. Which technically they did appease it, but they didn't get what they didn't get truly. The wording was really, really shaky.
No matter how I want Breonna Taylor
But-
to be memorized, change the fucking policy.
Right, but here's the
I'm
thing.
getting to that.
Here's the thing. So you settled for $12 million with stipulations that you were going to get justice for your daughter. They were going to go ahead and get release whomever they was going to release, and they was going to pursue whatever they was supposed to pursue, and they did that. But they did it in a way that it was a play on words, and now you're here stuck with $12 million because your daughter got killed or whatever, and then you want to get back on TV and say, well, hey, I didn't get no justice just for Breonna. The system has failed us again. The system, you should have known the system was failing you when they offered you $12 million and you took the shit for your daughter. I'm with Cuz on hold on. I'm with Cuz on this
I'm
one.
not going to judge a poverty-stricken
No, I get,
mother for taking
I get what
money.
you're saying, but
at
I'm
the
with
time of need.
Cuz at the end of the day, no amount of money is going to suffice for you killing my loved one, especially my child. Period. Fuck your money. I want you to get the motherfuckers who killed my daughter.
That's not going to happen. So give me the money, and I'm going to go kill them crackers.
My thing
How
is,
did this shit lead to the Supreme Court?
My thing
Please.
is with the money thing, I don't give a fuck. Get your money. I'm saying for me personally, I wouldn't take no money. If I die, y'all niggas better burn every fucking thing in the world down.
I think Benjamin Crump was trash for advising.
Cuz that's the ambulance chaser.
Right, I think he was trash for that, for
Really
advising
like it.
X, Y, and Z, because you allow, as their attorney, you allow them to put such wording within this
Because
agreement.
he gets some of the 12 million.
Right, within this
But-
agreement that allowed this shit to happen.
So what I was talking about with the AG prosecuting the case
Crump,
that
you're not a Johnny Cochran. Sit your ass down.
the AG prosecuting the case that he said he felt like they was guilty on, not guilty on, and he was prosecuting them to be guilty. And then I was thinking to myself, like, okay, to change a grand jury and all that, well, you have to change this stuff through the Supreme Court. And then, Ruth Bader Ginsburg just died or whatever. Right. So they're going to replace her with Amy, whoever her name is. I let sexual assault people come back to college and sue whatever her name is. Okay, I feel like we need to expand the Supreme Court because I think it should be expanded to 19 because one justice dying should not be at the whim of the country. We have to revisit, like, the thing about America that's, cuz I say this all the time, the thing about America that's cool is we have the little Constitution or whatever, and the Constitution, it can be changed, amended, it can grow, it's different things. And the crackers abide by the Constitution for the most part. Okay, so, like, the Constitution protects a lot of things, and I think we're giving too much power to one person. Like, for example, Mitch McConnell got 400 and some odd bills on the floor that he refused to see. Still. But he's gonna hear this shit for the judge. But you don't have time to find a stimulus package. Nope. You don't have time to fund the government, and you don't have time to hear one of these 400 bills.
Yeah, that is up again, isn't it?
Well, it is ways. Soon. See,
but what I'm saying is, why does that one person? Why does Mitch McConnell?
He doesn't
have that much
He doesn't.
power?
There's ways around him, and the way and it's stuff to do where he doesn't have that power. But the problem is, people are fucking idiots. When the founding fathers or whatever did this shit or whatever, okay, yeah, they was rapists and they own niggas, but the genius in the shit was the Constitution and the shit that they
just because you evil don't mean you ain't smart.
Yeah, like Hitler had some genius shit that came out of his shit. God damn it, Germany is a motherfucker. Them motherfuckers almost took over the fucking world. That little ass fucking Germany. But back to the shit. It's some a lot of wisdom and balance of powers that they already foreseed in when they were starting the fucking country, right? So it's ways to limit that shit, but I don't think they foresaw. That's the right way to say it. Foresaw iPhones and social media.
No, you can't foresee
that. And people being fucking idiots or whatever.
People being sheep.
And Russian robots.
And Russian robots and all of this.
Goddamn sheep.
Yeah, but Mitch McConnell at the end of the day,
it's ways around him. But nobody gonna look into it.
If you hit
Mitch McConnell at the end of the day do got too much power because the problem with
ass load of it
with Tricky Mitch is niggas see the bill.
Yeah.
That's
it's
what
there.
that's my thing.
I know it exists.
Do Pelosi have too much power?
Oh. Yes.
Thank you.
See the bill. Same thing happened with but see so and it could have been if the Democrats get in power, I'm assuming Chuck Schumer would be the Senate Majority Leader or whatever. And I would tell Schumer the same thing if he was doing the same thing. See the bills. Like, do your job.
Do your job.
And stop, like, my thing that bothers me so much is when people be like, oh, it's so politicized and blah, 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 blah. I do think both sides do trash shit. And both
you
sides,
got on my nerves of that. You got that partisan bitch.
Both sides do a lot of fuck shit.
There are fine people on both sides.
Yeah, I think there's fine people on both sides. But I also think that it's fucked up what the Republicans be doing sometimes because Democrats got flaw shit that they do. Republicans got flaw shit they do. It's two separate types of flaw shit. It's
two type of people in
it's
this
apples
world.
to oranges.
Those who
I
can
think
and those
you
who
just
do.
don't like the way that you hear it from the Republicans.
No, it ain't about. I'm talking about the actionable things.
No, I'll tell you why.
Yes.
Fuck what we talking about.
Like when the Kenosha. The Kenosha motherfucker said,
Kenosha, Wisconsin,
or whatever, said that, hey, it's some people we can't do nothing with. We just got to lock them up, put them in warehouses.
Yeah, he out of pocket.
Put them out. Everybody said he out of pocket, whatever. I don't know if you went back and looked at what the fuck Biden said and what the fuck Hillary said. I don't know about Hillary. I really didn't look into the Hillary shit.
Biden
I'm going to be
said
honest about that. But the Biden
and Joe
shit,
Biden is out of pocket for saying it.
Biden,
he out of pocket.
He
out of pocket.
He said the exact same thing,
except he was more articulate. But he said it out of pocket.
And that's what pissed me off.
He said it out of pocket.
The Democrats do shit
He out of pocket.
Same, but let me just get this
Okay.
down.
I just want to say, I done said the nigga out of pocket.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But the Democrats will do shit the same as the fucking Republicans, but the Republicans, well, not they don't usually, but Trump will just come out and say, "Hey, I don't know if I'm leaving this motherfucker in November." Bush and the Republicans, they just did it. Yeah. Hey, what the Florida ballots did said what? Throw them shits out.
Throw them shits out.
They don't
ratify.
say
We gonna ratify my brother.
Yeah, they don't say nothing. But Trump like, hey, some shit disappear. Well, I mean, what you mean? What you gonna?
Well,
do?
here go my thing though. My thing is, okay, Trump got everybody what they wanted. Okay, here's what I mean by that. Cub wanted chaos.
I love it.
Okay, I wanted niggas to realize you need to vote. Okay, so the voting niggas realize now we can't sit another one out because there was a lot of voting niggas that sat out the Hillary one.
Right.
So all the voting niggas realize can't do that no more. Can't be playing like that.
We can though.
My-
I like the results
Fix your
from.
mic a little
My
bit.
vote went to. I didn't vote for him, but I did a write-in vote, and of course it went to Trump.
And you a voting nigga, and now you feel like damn, fuck that one up.
But
Correct.
I like the results that I got. That's why I said not voting can be power. I like the results that I got from not voting because it's like we was on this thing where everybody thought everything was okay and everything is gravy. God damn
And so
it.
that's why I say, so Cub got what he wanted because he wanted anarchy and chaos. But the number one thing I like that
I'll add me.
that Trump did
Okay, good.
was chaos in the manner of revealing and pulling the fucking veil back of how fucked up shit is and how much power is adjudicated.
Yes,
It's
sir.
so many things I want to talk about because this is what I want to talk about on the show. We got like 30 more minutes. I want to talk about the balance of power.
Yes,
I want
sir.
to get to the Supreme Court. Number one, Puerto Rico and DC. I don't give a fuck. Guam, the Marshall Islands. I don't give a fuck. Add them all as states.
Shamalaka.
Okay, number one. Number two,
America
or whatever, because
Samoa.
that's going because all of this shit that I'm talking about, cuz, and I know you're gonna like it because you're always about balance. This shit about balance. If you add DC as a state, that's 2 more Democratic senators and 1 more Democratic congressman. If you add Puerto Rico, that's 2 more Democratic senators sometimes, because you know y'all Puerto Ricans be tripping.
Yeah,
For real. And that's 1 more Democratic congressman. Okay, so boom.
Five niggas.
Now, when you add that, you balance out the Senate a little bit more because right now, here's something that I came across this week, and I couldn't wait to tell y'all this. If you take all the Democratic senators and you take all the Republican senators, right? They're even as far as like senators. It's 100.
Why this
senators.
nigga got on a mask on his fucking seat? Take that fucking
Because he out there with them
mask
Trump
off.
people. He out there with them Trump
You
people.
ain't by no fucking body. Take that fucking mask
You got to
off.
be close.
Go ahead on.
But
Socially responsible.
socially responsible, optically responsible.
I hate seeing that.
But
Go ahead
anyway,
Listen, I like him.
so here go the thing. It's about balance because right now there's 100 senators. So you split it even. Each state get 2 senators, right? Okay. Why does Montana and Idaho and fucking North Dakota and
shouldn't.
South Dakota, why do they get the power to make the decisions
North
on
Dakota.
the country
They should.
when
South
they
Dakota.
shouldn't? Thank you, because
Yeah.
at
You trash.
that was a disaster waiting to happen. But at the end of the day, okay, they making this decision with the Supreme Court justice pick, right?
Right.
And if you look at and tally up all the Democrats in the Senate votes and all of the Republicans in the Senate votes, the Democrats have 14 million more votes for them. And I'm not talking about this is Democrat. I'm talking about take all the votes you got to win. 14 million more people voted for the Democrats than the Republicans. So why is these rural fucking Republicans who don't have no people making the policies for our country? We have to balance this shit out.
True.
The reason why
I
I,
feel you
say
on that
balance, okay, so now not only are they making the policies, they're about to put somebody into the Supreme Court that's going to be there forever. She's 48 years old.
Congratulations, bitch.
She going to be there forever. But here's my thing. The
You
court
got
is,
beef with her?
The court, no.
You gotta wait till the media bring up some shit
Fuck,
about her.
I don't have no beef with her. I don't care. Go ahead and ratify her. Go ahead and push the process through. I don't care.
Is she a bad pick?
I think she a bad pick.
Besides, obviously because you're a Democrat and she's probably Republican. besides her being Republican, which I understand you saying it's a bad pick, is it something else that stick out?
Yeah, because the Roe v. Wade thing, I don't like that. I don't want people to challenge Roe v. Wade. I feel like that's gonna fuck up the integrity of the country. And I also don't like her stances on the police brutality shit or whatever. The Obamacare thing is whatever. I know Republicans gonna always be against Obamacare because y'all hate Obama. I get that
I don't
part.
know. I asked you because I don't know enough
I
about
saw
it.
something
Yeah.
on CNN today where they talked about how Trump was going to abolish Obamacare, come up with his own, and instead he just opted to rebrand it.
He don't have nothing.
Correct.
He can't Obama because it's too ingrained into
So
the.
here's something part of what we're saying.
They
okay?
wrote that. That's why the shit was 2,000 pages.
So wait though. Here's the thing though. The bill in the whatever circuit court of Texas, Obamacare was sued or whatever
Right.
that it is unconstitutional. The court circuit, the Supreme Court of Texas, that circuit or whatever said it is. It's unconstitutional.
Right.
So-
Obama shit.
Yeah.
I think it is.
So then it went up. It went up the ladder to the Supreme Court. So now because they appealed it.
do you think it's constitutional?
Yes.
Do you know? Can I break this down real quick or whatever? Do you know how they got it passed and said that how they could actually charge people for a living or whatever a tax on healthcare or whatever?
Go
They
ahead.
used a law that was made when it was sharecroppers, the interstate shit,
Yeah.
the decision in the Supreme Court.
You know that was thrown out though, right?
whatever.
That's no longer a part of Obamacare.
No, but that's how it got passed.
I understand that, but I'm
It don't
saying
matter
like,
now. Once it's
you're
passed,
right.
it's
But see, here go
passed.
my thing. If you think that's an unconstitutional portion of the law, that's no longer attached. So that's my thing. What portion of the law is unconstitutional?
No. What I'm saying, what the founding of it is unconstitutional. Like you used it to get legalized through a law, which legalize shit. How you
Right.
word shit. Interstate. That's how they get everybody to wear seatbelts. Interstate commerce. They say
Yeah.
you're doing that or whatever. They use that same shit for healthcare.
They use interstate commerce for everything.
and
They
it's a
really
fucking
do.
sham.
That's why they get you with the whole. Technically, you don't need a driving license to drive a car, but they use the interstate commerce law to get that.
And they use that shit for healthcare.
that's the country.
But what I'm saying is, once it's law, it's law. So now you have to. That's why I said it's a lot of shit to get it out. You can't just
which
get rid
is
of it.
nuance to everything. But here's my thing: they said in the circuit court, the Supreme Court of Texas, they said it's illegal. They appealed it. That means it go to the Supreme Court. For the Supreme Court to hear a case or whatever, you only need 4 justices. There's 9 justices in the Supreme Court. So they only need 4 justices to agree to hear the case, then the whole Supreme Court hear the case. That need to be changed. It need to be changed to all the like either a majority or none.
Do you think if that was to change, though, that a lot of shit would not get looked at because
No,
we
it would
changed
go
that?
down to the lower courts where it belongs. Everything don't have to come up to the Supreme Court. Everything don't
But a
have
lot
to.
of stuff don't go up to the Supreme Court.
But a lot of
or
shit
whatever.
do.
A
And
lot of
that's
shit
my
do.
point. And because it only takes 4 justices, and then when you unbalance the court, see, this is my thing. This whole conversation I'm having is about balance. The Senate is unbalanced. Too many rural states have power. Okay? I'm not saying y'all shouldn't have representation. What I'm saying is you should not have the power. There's 14 million less of y'all. Okay? We are the majority. Shut the fuck up. Okay? And don't say, well, we voted them in. No, this ain't got nothing to do with y'all voting in. This is technicality. Y'all literally have a rural state president because of technicality. Because y'all lost the general election too. So the court is unbalanced. They're hearing cases that are political. So for example, the case that was oh my gosh, oh my brain freezing. The case about the school books and shit, about the changing the what they say about slaves and shit like that or whatever, right? That got the reason why they got those in the school books in Texas was because the Texas court passed the shit. They appealed it to the Supreme Court. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was out at the time. She wasn't dead, but she was out. Then instead of them hearing the case, the conservative justices said, we don't want to hear that case. That's not a case for us. So now it adjudicates back down to the lower court, and the lower court already ruled, yeah, you put this bullshit in your school book. So now it's in the school book.
But see, the reason why I don't give a fuck about that or whatever, because I always say that the only thing that's holding niggas back in America or whatever is the penal system and the police.
Okay.
If it ain't,
Okay.
if we get rid of that,
Okay.
then I don't give a fuck because all right, they put this bullshit in the books and all of that shit. But so what?
So-
I'm gonna give my daughter
so
the game.
criminal
or
justice
whatever.
reform-
We live with white people.
Criminal justice reform. I agree. Criminal justice reform is the number one issue amongst niggas. My problem is this. Now that the court is, and this is what I want to tell niggas, so I'm glad the people that's listening, I want y'all to listen.
Listen up, niggas.
This is the importance of voting. The court is skewed. Let me tell you what Democrats, we talked about Democrats and Republicans. Let me tell you what Democrats and Republicans do, okay? When they pass a law that they don't like, they sue. Right or
Correct,
wrong?
correct.
Right? Because Cud done said many times the country ran by who, Cud?
Lawyers.
Lawyers.
Yep.
So you pass a law that you don't like, you sue. I.e. Obamacare.
Right.
Right? I.e. these tax cuts for the rich. Oh shit. Tax cuts for the rich and shit. We good. Right? And then so now let's say, for example, let's say Joe Biden get elected.
Right.
Okay. Let's say that the Senate flipped because Joe Biden get elected. So we got the House and the Senate and the executive branch. Like we said before, what happens when you have all three? You pass shit.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Let's say Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they get elected, they go right to it and they pass criminal justice reform. No private prisons. That's on their agenda. Let's just say they do it.
Right.
We're gonna get rid of private prisons day one. That's what they said. Let's say they do it day one. Okay, now the Republicans are gonna sue that they should be allowed to have private prisons, right or wrong. Okay, the court is skewed. It's gonna go to the Supreme Court, and guess who they're gonna rule in favor of?
No. See,
No. I get. Hear me out, because I know
it
you was
is.
gonna say this.
Yeah.
Hear me out. And I looked this up because I know that's what they vote for the right thing most of the time.
But you know why? But this is why, because they're not influenced by the
They
money.
should not be influenced by. They should not. This bitch they're adding right now, because I look. This is why I was just about to say. I spent.
You
hours,
could, but you could say this about anybody. You could say that about Clarence Thomas. Nobody
him.
wanted
Fuck that
Clarence
coon.
Thomas.
Fuck that
Nobody
coon.
wanted Kavanaugh
Go.
or whatever.
Fuck that
It's
coon.
a lot of people when they got there, they were like, "This is what's going to happen," but
And
it doesn't.
you're right, because
I don't believe it's.
Check
gonna
it out,
happen.
because people say Anthony. Okay, this is what I want to point out. Justice Roberts has been caucusing. Well, not caucusing because that's voting. Justice Roberts has been voting with the liberal judges as of late, partially because Ginsburg was never there because she was sick lately.
Right.
So Ginsburg wasn't there, so he's been voting with the liberals because certain things he's like, what the fuck, right? And Justice Roberts has this view of law that the Supreme Court should not be used for lawmaking. Okay, so that's
how
why
I think.
That's why.
Because it's kind of weird that when the Supreme Court rules on something, it's not really a law. It's just seen as a law
right.
because they ruled this way.
They are supposed to. The Supreme Court's role is to rule if it's legal to do this.
Because there's no law.
'Cause
There's no law saying that abortion is legal.
Right.
The only reason that it's legal is because the Supreme Court said you,
But see,
you could do this.
that's why you can pick any lawyer to be on the Supreme Court. You can pick anybody. They don't even have to be a lawyer.
Man, it don't matter.
Because what the role of the Supreme Court is, let me look at this and adjudicate it towards the Constitution and see if this goes for or against the Constitution. If it goes against the Constitution or any of the amendments, then you can't do it.
Let me get to the meat and potatoes of your
So
argument.
wait, let me say this. So now that it's skewed or whatever, and I just want to say this real quick. Cud always say, well, they vote right most of the time. Anthony Kennedy did pull off and vote for gay rights against the what's the name, right? And then he did pull off and vote, and then Roberts did pull off and vote on Obama on the first round of Obamacare things or whatever. Here's the thing though, that's big shit. And I think Cud right on that. On the big shit, I don't think they want to be looked back in history because these ain't politicians.
Right.
These are lawyers and judges. They don't want to be looked at in history as, oh, I fucked that one up, or I did this wrong. Cool beans. On the little shit or business side of things, which private prisons is going to come down to a business thing.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
don't think
money.
it's going to be a big thing?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big thing. It's going to the Supreme Court. Because what's happening when you cut out private prisons, you're cutting out a lot of money. And then, like you say, it's a lot of lobbyists that's involved with that private prison shit. That's why it's been going on for so long.
I don't think that.
And I think that is going to be tough to get, even if Roberts, let's say Roberts flip. Okay, if Roberts flip, they still lose.
I think that
Roberts only gives us 4 votes.
I think that even with a liberal Supreme Court, whatever, even if it was mostly liberal and all that, the problem with the private prisons or whatever is the same problem with Comcast or with Apple or with Microsoft or with these big businesses is corporations sway the shit or whatever. So regardless if it's liberal or conservative, it's going to be a hard fight.
Liberal
with these
justices are not going to be swayed by corporations.
You out your fucking mind.
Here goes something interesting.
Do you think Obama? Do you not think Obama or the Democratic Party?
Obamacare passed.
Let's not even say Obama. Obamacare passed. Pharmaceuticals company was all the way behind it. But fuck that. Do you not think the Democratic Party is 100% corporate interest back?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
What we talking about?
We just said we can't double counteract here. We're saying these judges are not politicians, and we gotta trust them to do the right thing.
Right.
And when I say add 19, make the court 19, I'm not saying that because I want a liberal court. Actually, that's why now we're getting to what you had asked me earlier.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that because I want a liberal court. I want a balanced court. I want a court where when one justice dies, and a president that's in power for or against whatever side does not determine the balance of the Supreme Court of the United States.
I tell you, my vision for the Supreme Court would be not even talking about a balance or this. My thing would be every one of them to have nuance. But every one of them, whoever you pick or whatever, I don't know, but this just a utopian thought.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
But every one of them not to have a partisan mind when you think about.
Look at the law as a law.
Yeah,
judge the law against the Constitution.
I would not vote you as a Supreme Court.
I would be an amazing Supreme Court
justice. You would be a
justice.
partisan motherfucker because any Republican value, I think I'll look at you and be like,
no, I would not.
All right.
Give me an issue. Give me an issue, and I'll vote on it right now. Give me an issue. Throw issues at me. I'm gonna vote on 2 or 3 of them.
Should we have automatic weapons?
Yes. No, automatic? No. My bad. I thought I was. Should we have
kind of weapon?
Should we have rifles and guns? Yes.
AK-47s.
If it's automatic, no.
All right, we got to get you out of here.
Like no automatic weapons.
I got to get you out of here.
Give me
anything that the government can have. I want the people to have.
Okay, when I say no, I mean no for anybody, even the government.
The government got to have
no.
How the government is going to go fight Islamic terrorists?
Only in military situations. And I would make a ruling, which plenty of countries in the world have this ruling: the military cannot turn their guns on their people.
What about
that's against the law?
See, this is the thing.
What about recreational? What about recreational drug uses of any kind?
I would pass them all. I would decriminalize. I would not legalize any drug. I would decriminalize them all.
I think that people forget
it's not illegal or legal to eat grass. You just don't go to jail for doing it.
You know how back in the day, the NFL, it was the NFL and it was the AFL.
Yeah.
And then there was the AFC and the NFC. And this was probably before our time. But the AFC and the NFC Pro Bowl, it used to be a real thing because it was like, okay, we seeing who goes against who or whatever. Right. Damn, I had a point and I fucked it up. I had a good ass point too. Fuck.
Are you trying to say that the Supreme Court should be like the AFC and the NFC, or like that our system is like that?
Hell no.
Now you fucked it up, boy.
Damn,
and this is why I'm not legalizing marijuana.
Shit like this.
Shit like this.
Shit like this.
Let me get back to the 19 judges thing. The 19 judges thing, I think actually conservatives and liberals should like this. It balances the court. So right now we have.
Wait, so once it's unbalanced, then what?
You add more.
that was my question.
Yeah,
like, oh, we gonna keep going?
He's like, found it.
Who give a fuck? Who give a fuck? Who give a fuck how many it is? No, let me get.
This is why the founding fathers had wisdom.
No, let me tell you why.
It ain't just when this happened.
But wait.
Add more.
How is that not worse or better than what the fuck we got now? What we got now is for the
leave it how it is now.
Hear me out. Here goes. You gonna like this, cuz you gonna like this. So say we got 19 justices of the Supreme Court. Mm-hmm. Let's say it's unbalanced. Either way, it's 10-9 unbalanced. Okay. Or let's say it's even more unbalanced. Let's say it's 12-7, right? Unbalanced. It don't matter which way. Let's say it's unbalanced.
Right.
any case that's heard in the Supreme Court, I would handle it just like the lower circuit Supreme Courts. Lower circuit Supreme Courts, the Circuit Court of California, you know how many judges they got? 126 Supreme Court judges, right? Guess how they handle a case? When a case comes to them, they randomly pick 4 judges to hear the case. How much more fair could you be?
True.
You don't even know, because right now what they do when the case goes to the Supreme Court, I don't know how many people watch How to Get Away with Murder, but Viola Davis' character on How to Get Away with Murder,
Never seen
she
that
had
show.
a case that went to the Supreme Court, and they catered the case towards the court. They do that. They make the case appeal to judges and court and things they like cases they had while they was lawyers and shit like that, right? Under this pretense, you can't do that, cuz. You gotta, I got cuz suing because he's like, I don't think they should YouTube shouldn't allow me to go live. I should be able to go live regardless of my viewers is infringing on my free speech rights, right? It go all the way up to the Supreme Court. So it's 19 judges. Instead of you catering towards Clarence Thomas or catering towards Sotomayor or whatever, you get a random draw of 4 judges or 5 judges. You get a random draw of 5 judges. I don't know which judges it could be. It could be the liberals or the conservatives. It could be 5 liberals, 5 conservatives, whatever. You get a random draw of 5 judges. They hear your case. That's so much more efficient and fair and real.
How much time we got? 10 minutes.
We got about 10 minutes.
What y'all think about the corona shit now?
I think it's horrible.
What you mean?
I think it's
Like,
been mismanaged.
is it over?
No.
I think here's the thing.
I feel like our governor, after maybe a month's worth of
We live in
of
Florida,
data,
by the way.
We live in Florida. Worth
Nigga
of
just
data,
opened
by the
this
way.
bitch up.
And the cases went
Goddamn
down. You
right.
moved us to fucking phase 3 of everything. Like, okay, guess what, nigga? I'm gonna still keep myself protected and stay myself.
I think that all this
aside.
shit should have been open anyways. And if you want to avoid the shit or whatever, then stay home or wear a mask when you go out, or don't go out nowhere or whatever.
See, only
And I mean, I would say this, like, for me personally, I'm doing that with the exception of I gotta eat, so I gotta go grocery shopping because
You
now
don't have to.
we don't have to go grocery shopping.
You ain't have to.
I've been ordering my groceries, but guess what? Motherfuckers who actually picking my groceries are either not picking the shit right or whatever.
know,
So I
but,
still gotta
hey,
go to the grocery
I know,
store.
but you got to deal with inconveniences.
only
or I can just go
only
to the
thing
grocery
I-
store. I hope I don't get COVID. That's
No.
I mean,
If you have the choice of having inconveniences or dying, I would take the inconveniences.
I mean, when you
over
put it in that
dying.
situation, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, sometimes I just can't make it to where I can do delivery. I got to take my ass to the grocery store.
we making COVID sound so serious. But if it's so serious, Instacart or Walmart pickup, and if they
I
get
do.
something wrong or whatever, then you have to deal with the inconveniences. I ain't been to the grocery store and went grocery shopping since fucking February.
I mean,
And
I
they get some shit wrong.
shit. My
happens.
carts here lately have been, and I've been needing shit.
What's up, cuz?
As a nigga that had COVID,
Like, at the end of the day,
I would say this. There's 2 things going on with COVID. Number 1 is all us young people who don't give a fuck. That's fine. You can feel like that. And there's old people who are like not Trump supporters because they're retarded. So we taking them out of this altogether. But it's old people like Brittany Dad and other older like
my dad is 3 years old.
like
He's not
Uncle
old, but he's
Hutch
just,
who's
you know,
70 or whatever.
right.
They fearing for their fucking life.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay, so
I could have been went out a
here
long
go the
time ago.
thing. We was talking earlier about a society working together and being balanced or whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay, what kind of people are we? Are we the people that say, fuck all the old people, fuck them?
Right.
Fuck
Can I-
all the
oh,
sick
please,
people,
please,
fuck them.
please, can I answer
let
that?
You go. But
Yes.
Okay, so I think then we are 2 different types of societies to different
We
types
are.
of people.
No.
Here's what I think the problem is. At the end of the day, you can say open this bitch up or whatever. You can do that. That's fine. But when you do that, there's consequences that come along with that.
And then you still got people
That's all.
out there like, okay,
I
for
would-
instance, for Anthony's case, for instance, he had COVID, past tense, gone, right? There's people to this day that will not fuck with him in person because in their mind, this nigga's gonna have COVID for the rest of his life, and he's gonna give it to me.
It's idiots in the
then
world.
you got to deal with,
Yeah,
but
it is.
but it's a lot of them. Unfortunately, we got to deal with that stigma as well.
That's my point.
You know, so it's one of those things. I'm kind of in agreement with you. Like at the end of the day, go out at your own risk or whatever. But if you know the risks are too great, stay your ass home.
I'm gonna let you get your point.
But
Let me say this too. Also, the second part of what I was gonna say, not just the old people, the second people that's being disproportionately affected, and this is what pissed me off about the COVID thing, and I think we overlook it, are minorities and people of color
Yes.
with low income.
Yes.
So, for example, your Instacart thing work for people that got internet.
Yeah.
You got to remember, 80% of Americans don't have internet.
But people who don't have EBT,
no. I'm not making that
because
excuse
you can't
for
use
niggas.
EBT.
You know why I'm not?
It's niggas. I'm talking people.
No, you know why I'm not? No,
Oh, you
I'm talking
mean
about
niggas in
people.
the sense of
You know,
humans.
I'm not making that excuse for niggas. Because you could go to the poorest shit in Africa or South America, or whatever, and them motherfuckers got cell phones and service.
Yeah, but you know what happens in
Nigga.
the poor shit? Wait. Let me
I'm not-
address
I'm
the
not-
internet thing real quick.
All them niggas got phones.
Literally, Bill Gates, and goddamn Elon Musk and like 7 other motherfucking people right now are trying to figure out how to get high-speed internet, functional internet, to goddamn fucking
Bumfuck.
Georgia and shit.
Yeah.
Because we at our infrastructure. See, this is so you made a good point. Now we going into some real shit.
My teachers.
The problem with America and why niggas need to fucking vote is because Donald Trump, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, George Bush, everybody said they're going to rebuild the infrastructure. Everybody always run and say, I'm going to build roads, right? I'm going to build bridges. Because we need roads and bridges.
The population is fucking idiots.
But bro, and notice I said Obama too, because literally everybody says this. I'm going to build roads. I'm going to build bridges. We need infrastructure. Part of modern infrastructure is cell phone towers, internet towers. If a nigga live in motherfucking Iowa, he can't get high-speed internet.
But he has it.
Walmart.
We got Instagram.
But here's what
Them
I'm saying.
poor niggas on
My-
Instagram.
my-
you can get
my
Instagram.
son's- son's teachers.
Okay, good. I was just about. That's a good point, Brittany.
They-
The shit that Anna stream on for her in-school teaching shit does not work unless you have high-speed internet.
And my son's teachers even said yesterday in a virtual open house that, they don't want to be there, but they have to be. There's not even enough laptops within the schools in Duval County. There's kids. There's kids right now who can't even get laptops from Duval County because they don't have enough.
Corona is
They don't have
the Trump
enough.
of
The teachers-
viruses.
Because they don't
It
have
exposed
what?
everything.
They don't have enough. The teachers were saying
They don't have enough what?
laptops and
Laptops.
shit.
In where?
In
In the
Duval
county.
County.
Not in Duval.
Yes, the
Yeah,
teacher.
yeah,
Literally,
in
I
Duval.
just talked to the teacher yesterday, and the teacher said
I
that
don't know if you know.
They are backlogged in those laptops because they can. A lot of the teachers don't even have their own
They gave
computers
kids
because they gave the kids
waffles
computers.
with celery for food.
And I'm
'Cause
talking.
we
I
don't have
literally just.
food.
I talked to 2 teachers
How you
yesterday.
got food? You've been feeding kids for 100 years.
We talked to 2 teachers yesterday who literally said, "Hey, we don't even have our own laptops in the school like we used to because they had to source them all out to the kids, and they got kids still waiting. So some of the kids had to come to school because they had no way of accessing to get online."
Cause COVID is the Trump of viruses.
You can call your wife all you want to. I literally talked to 2 of my son's teachers yesterday.
COVID is the Trump of viruses.
So what are you calling
It's
her for?
exposing all
To
this
make
shit.
what point?
Exposing all this shit.
I'm sorry. The only reason I was calling Kendra or whatever because I don't care what teachers you talk to, but I was in. But let me tell you why. You gonna wait to hear why?
I didn't say shit.
I know, but you.
I said I can do.
I
it.
don't know.
Long
if
as
you-
long as y'all don't hit the table.
But this is what I'm saying. I don't know if you know, but doing this, that is a response.
I still ain't say shit though. You
But
can still talk.
no, but that's a response.
I don't care. I still wasn't saying shit. Talk, nigga.
So the reason why I say that is because my daughter is in homeschool or whatever. I'm in contact with the principal of Biscayne Elementary and the teachers there. My wife is a teacher or whatever. She's at there, and I helped her go and put everything together and in contact with the principal and the shit there or whatever. My friend Rochelle is a teacher or whatever, and they have an overflow. They have plenty enough laptops for every student.
And I literally said, and
every elementary.
And my son is in a middle school.
Or whatever.
And my son's middle school teachers, 2 of his middle school teachers yesterday, as we were having casual conversation, literally said, we don't have they are backlogging laptops to the point where all the teachers don't have laptops because they had to source them out to the students. And there's still students waiting. One of my friends literally had to give a laptop back because the shit didn't work.
I was finna
Today,
answering your shit.
and another parent
Okay.
also has a laptop that her son can't even talk on the microphone with because the shit is malfunctioned. So she got to find to take that shit back.
She has to take some shit back, but it's no student in Duval County that's doing homeschool that's without a laptop. Yes, it's some
from the school.
Yes, from the school. It's some that might.
That's-
It's some
okay.
that might have mics.
Sure.
That's you said mics or whatever, right? You said mic.
I also
right?
said there's backlogs. There's still students waiting.
What I'm saying is we in the almost the end of the first semester.
I understand that.
Is no student that's not in school.
And so we need to get the
That's
right
my
people
point.
challenges, because if I'm literally talking to
You
a
just said
teacher,
you just said backlog.
I said backlog because they're
Every kid
waiting.
is in school.
They're right, because the kids who don't have laptops, they had to figure out another means to an end because they
Not
don't.
every
I
kid
just
is in
literally
school.
said that
What
they
you
have
saying,
some. No, it's
dog?
not, and that's not true either.
You got your hand
That
up.
is not true
Go
because
ahead on,
hold on. The
you-
local news even reported they are missing kids.
yeah, I
They
know
are
that.
missing kids because they're kids that don't have access to getting laptops or computers. They even reported that a couple weeks ago.
I know, I hear you.
And that shit it has not gotten rectified.
I
And I'm
hear you.
literally talking to the teachers, and they are saying
I know
that
it.
there are not enough laptops to where we don't even have laptops.
I got you.
Okay, so what are we talking about?
I hear you.
So you're trying to discredit what I'm saying, but
No,
nigga,
I'm
you got your
listening.
source, but I got my source.
I know, I hear you.
At the end of the day, so what are we talking about? You say one thing, say another, but I'm pretty sure there's not enough.
I know. I hear you. What you guys say,
When the thing started with the online school, way back last school year, I said it was gonna be a fucking disaster in general. Not even just because of laptops, but because like it's a fucking disaster.
They don't even
But
train the teachers on
the
how to
second
even work the
part-
shit.
The second part that I was gonna
Thoroughly
say
enough.
was after sitting here thinking about it for a second. By the way, I've heard both. I've heard from my teacher friends, Mark, who's a high school teacher, Kendra, who I talked to or whatever, and several other of my teacher friends. I've heard that they do have it, and then I've heard from some of my other teacher friends and some of the school board people that I know. Not Dr. Green. You won't text me back. What's wrong with you? But that they don't have enough. So, but here's my thing. Sitting here thinking about it logically as y'all fuss, I was like, You know what's funny is Anna is doing the whole Duval homeroom.
Mm-hmm.
You got a laptop?
I don't have a school laptop here, but it's not because I didn't request one. I got Anna a laptop.
Yeah, you got one.
Like I'm
Oh,
rich.
but you got a laptop.
So,
Okay.
But we got a laptop. So I thought about it. Anna not the only kid that don't like have to go to the school and get a laptop. There's plenty of kids that got laptops. So then that would give, even if it's okay. So if they're over, so if they let's say for example, there's 1,000 kids in the school or whatever, and the district requests 1,000 laptops be shipped. They get 1,000 laptops shipped, and there's 1,003 kids in the school now because overage. It's gonna be overage and underage, right? 1,003 kids in the district more. So now they need 3 more laptops. Well, they would request those laptops. They may not be here yet, but because 5 kids are like Anna, where they got their own laptop, that should give you 3 surplus or 5 that you can use. So technically, it should balance out. Everybody should have laptops.
You know that last year they had in the class, as every kid was in class. Last year, high school, middle school, and elementary, they had a laptop for every student.
That's what I say. Every kid
For
should
every
have-
student.
Every kid
in the
should-
school.
Every
So
kid should have.
How
a
do they
laptop.
not have them
Here's
this
the
year?
problem, though.
Is the question.
Here's the problem.
They break,
is- this
malfunction.
is-
Parents were also pawning them shits. But go ahead.
Go back into. You can't pawn a laptop.
No,
That's
they were
Duval
trying-
County.
I know they were
Yeah,
trying
you going
to.
jail.
I just wanted to point out that last year every student had
Absolutely.
in school had a computer.
Can I tell you what I think? This okay.
My child didn't, but
Can
go
I
ahead.
can I merge
he
what
had
you,
one in the class.
Can I
They had
merge-
one in the class, but he didn't have one personal for himself.
No, this for at home. Go ahead.
Can I merge what y'all saying into what the actual probably truth for the situation is, and why y'all niggas should vote before we get out of here?
Why should we vote?
Y'all niggas need to do the census too.
Yeah.
And here's why you need to do the census and vote.
Since you could suck my dick, go ahead on. Tell me why.
Here's why you should do the census and vote.
Please tell me.
Money is
He did
issued
shit
out.
on purpose.
Money is issued out to schools
I
based
don't know
on
why I
the
said that.
money is issued out to schools based on the census and based on your legislation and how they divvy it out.
Correct.
So, what's probably going on? Your son go to where?
He goes to Lakeshore Middle.
Anna go to where?
She goes to James Weldon Johnson.
Which one of those schools is more fortunate in money?
James Weldon.
I was just gonna
Okay,
say what
so
you,
what's really probably going on is
Even
Lakeshore
though they're
don't
not-
have the right funding. The schools board as a whole might have all the
And
laptops.
What make it bad? It makes so bad is James Weldon now is not that far away from Lakeshore.
And you know how I know the census ain't being done and how the money's not being divvied out right? the Nassau County, this is the county right up above us, they issued 130 extra teacher jobs because of the fucking census and registration of what they thought it was going to be.
Yep.
Because people was moving to Nassau County last year. But because of COVID, a lot of those moves
Almost
and
like
stuff
60 teachers got laid
got
off.
abrupt. So students
Paris.
end up not going there because students was going there because of school choice. But because of COVID and the furloughs, but with school choice in Florida, your kid can go to any school they want, but you have to take their ass there.
Yeah, you have to provide transportation.
So now because of COVID, all them kids ain't go to where they're supposed to go. Right. And they had to go ahead and fire 130 teachers because they didn't have the funding. So that let me know y'all not doing the right thing. So what's probably going on is Biscayne and James Weldon got money. So they good. Your school late show, which is right over here in the hood, ain't got no money because them niggas is like,
you know what you should do?
Census can suck my dick.
You know what you should do for the census when you fill it out? Every nigga put white on there. All right, don't put black on there because they not sending you niggas no extra funds. Nigga, you got them hilltop. What the fuck I look like sending
need to have
a whole bunch of money there?
We need to have a whole
Put
show.
white on all your shit.
We need to have a whole show and talk about, do we think it's relevant to have the box checked? Because that's a Supreme Court thing too. That's
the only reason why it's relevant is because they, if you do check it or whatever, they know not to fuck with y'all niggas. So put white on all your shit.
You know what's funny? On my resume and on my applications, I put Asian Pacific Islander. Say I'm lying, bitch.
I put anything other than nigga.
My resume says
on
Brittany Brown. You figure out what you
when
figure
they
out
say
what I am.
when they say are you a Pacific Islander or Asian or whatever, I'd be like, who the mother? Yeah, Rapa Nui. Brothers Podcast episode number whatever. We appreciate everybody sticking around through the technical difficulties. Expand the Supreme Court to 19, man. We need to go ahead on and balance it. And like Cuz say, what we do when they get unbalanced again? Add some more of them motherfuckers.
But that's some nigga shit.
We only randomly drawing 5 of them. I don't give a fuck if it's 1,000 of them motherfuckers. But we only randomly drawing 5 at a time, so the court is balanced. I just need balance, man.
That is some nigga shit.
Fuck it. Add some more. What are we doing? It's too sweet. Add some more sugar to the Kool-Aid.
It seemed like it was a long ass episode.
It really wasn't, though.
It wasn't because of technical
We
difficulties.
just been sitting here for 3 hours. Cuz, final thought.
Oh shit! God damn! Wow,
All that.
final thought. What we talked about? What we talked about?
We talked about the Supreme Court. We talked about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. We talked about Breonna Taylor.
Oh, okay. I got something. Okay.
We talked about Rihanna having a yeast infection.
They don't want Donald Trump to pick this shit or whatever. But look,
He gonna do it.
This is the only thing that I admire, not admire, that I like about Trump. Is he's a gangster and he don't give a fuck. He gonna say what he want to say. He gonna do what he want to do or whatever, and he gonna look at you niggas like, do something. What? Niggas say what? Shut out your ass. I wish the Democrats had that kind of backbone to do some shit like that or whatever, you know, because whatever the fuck Trump doing right now, I don't know if the Republican motherfuckers realize it, but all the crazy shit that he doing right now that y'all let slide, one day the presidency only for 4 to 8 years. It's gonna be a Democrat in there. We might get one that just as fucking crazy as Trump or crazier. And all the shit that's been privileged to Trump is gonna be privileged to AOC.
We gotta break up the banks, Marty.
All of this shit you talking about. AOC is how old? How old is AOC?
34.
She's 34 right now.
No, 33. I'm sorry.
33. In another 15 years or 10 years, that bitch gonna be 44. She gonna be ready. And all the shit that y'all letting slide with Trump, that y'all saying is okay, she gonna be like, hey, wait a minute. Well, you did this back in 2019.
Because the bitch smart.
God damn it.
Damn so smart.
Well, we gonna do this now. God damn it. And you ain't gonna be able to complain. Well, you gonna be able to complain, whatever.
But you ain't gonna be able to stop it.
Whatever, you know. Hey, get your guns. See, when crackers get mad, they get their guns. They ain't bullshitting, God damn it. Hope y'all nigga ready for the walk. That's it.
Brittany, final thought.
And I just want to say, Don Lemon started fucking the white boy in the ass, so he started being a little bit more outspoken or whatever. But I still don't fuck with him. I don't even like the way he looking at me now.
He looking at you like in your eyeballs. Brittany, final thought.
Thank you, Brittany, for the final thought. All right. So final thought. So I went to the Jamaican spot to go get my dude something to eat, and I was listening to these girls talking. And one of the girls said, "Hey, you know, the economy. Trump is the economy. The economy is messed up because of Trump." Da 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 da. So I let them talk, and then the girls talking about the whole. Well, he's the reason why we don't get our stimulus check. And so as much as I don't fuck with Trump whatsoever. I had to take him. I was like, no, he's not the reason why we didn't get the stimulus check. Like that was like it's the Senate. So she looked dumbfounded, and one of the girls was like, "I told you." No, so like you are the reason why we vote for these people. So if you didn't vote properly or didn't vote at all, then you blame yourself for the reason why you ain't got your $1,200 stimulus check. Period. Niggas, y'all need to really educate yourselves. Pick up Google, like type in Google and really educate yourself on politics. Like really educate yourself on history. At the end of the day, like it's no reason why, from a surface standpoint, that you should know the basics about a lot of stuff before you start spewing things out. It's okay to not know, but don't start spewing things because you saw it on a meme or you saw it on social media, because that's when you start spreading not knowing shit amongst the masses because it sounds good. I also had another conversation with a young lady today that I work with. She was talking about slavery, and at the end of the day, she was like, you know, hey, we sold our people, and da-da-da-da, whatever the case may be. And I was like, you really need to look into that more before you talk about we sold our people, we, you know, this, that, and the third. A lot of things happen from a prison of war standpoint, from a tribal standpoint, that you guys are misconstruing in history because you're not taking the time to actually just pick up a book and read, or just further researching more before you start to go with the common narrative because it sounds like it makes sense. So that's the first thing. Second thing is I had a heated conversation with a person earlier about I won't say representation, but talking about people in general. At the end of the day, niggas, your sexuality does not define you and who you are as a person. And if you are a nigga and you say, hey, I can't be friends with a gay nigga because what we gonna talk about, him sucking dick or whatever, just like heterosexual, you don't wear that shit on your sleeve and that doesn't define you. Homosexual doesn't define a person either. Sexuality should be yours and yours by itself.
I ain't friends with bitches. I ain't finna be friends with no gay.
Sexuality should be yours and yours itself to own, and you shouldn't have to explain yourself or let that define you, because there's so many other things that you can be defined by. And if you as a closed-minded individual can't sit and have a conversation with another individual because their sexuality differs from yours or whatever, then you, my guy, are the problem. And maybe you might be low-key.
Final thought all over the fucking
yeah,
place.
maybe I'm addressing some other shit. Maybe you might be low-key.
You got more?
Maybe you be like, fuck y'all. Y'all both be having long-ass final thoughts, and I don't say shit. Kiss my ass. Kiss my grits.
Go ahead on. I'm just fucking.
But at the end of the day,
let me slow
you should care about people as a person, as a human being, as a good person. Sexuality is one small piece, and honestly, it's not on the top priority of what defines you as a human being. But if you allow that to define you, allow that to define whether or not you fuck with another human being, then you are the problem in itself, and you might need to relook at yourself in the mirror, and maybe low key you might be that person. Other than that, fuck bitches, get money. My DM is growing thicker because niggas love BBWs. BBWs, we winning out here. Period. Pooh. Other than that, fuck bitches, get money. Yeah.
That was so unnecessary.
I love the city girls.
Check this out.
I love the blind deaf bitch. What's her name?
I shared a meme on the cancer couch too about that. That's what I tagged both yelling it.
You know how many people like, all right, I'm not listening to shit anymore.
That level, but she was really getting it. Yeah.
This show was once reputable.
You hate the show.
Oh shit. Okay.
That being said, my final thought. Listen, man, Ruth Bader Ginsburg died.
Sad day in America.
She was
By that bitch.
a game changer
Yes,
for the
she
United
was.
States of America as far as
Yes, she
women's
was.
rights and minority rights because of the things she voted on in the court. So that's a big loss. They're going to replace her with a woman that think women shouldn't kill babies. So that's a problem. Yeah, women should be able to kill babies. That being said, also
Ooh, child.
Breonna Taylor, everybody in the streets or whatever, and y'all asking for justice and all this stuff, man. I could have told y'all that wasn't coming. But there's only one way to change things for real. We can, we can go against and protest. That's all good. I'm all for the protest and stuff. But the only way to change stuff is legislation. You have to get laws and vote people out. You got to vote people in so we can expand the court to 19 and get a balance with the court. You got to be able to reaffirm and affirm good judges or whatever. So at the end, I'm not looking at that. At the end of the day, I'm not looking at that. I'm not looking at it. Anywho, Brittany trying to distract me on my final thought. But at the end of the day, man, it's on us is what it really is. And y'all niggas honestly is dropping the ball for real. So I don't know what y'all gonna do, but I suggest y'all niggas vote in 40 days.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I suggest y'all do, because it's a lot of fucked up shit. Because y'all gonna be real mad. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: Trump not gonna pass criminal justice reform. But let's say Joe Biden get in and he passed criminal justice reform and the Supreme Court voted down. Y'all niggas gonna be real mad, and you only can blame yourself.
Well, ain't nobody
but yourself. Because y'all should have voted first time around.
Hey, where she get this baby from?
That's her baby.
Somebody
She had an artificial insemination.
Let me see.
Oh, okay.
Bro, listen, 365, 24/9, we grind. So I'm talking about
She had a
equipment
white
bad
man.
so it make you lose your mind. Probably Puerto Rican, I think.
Can you pick?
Yeah, you can pick.
Bitch.
That being said, man, Tank, give me a nigga.
Funny you were talking about sexuality and shit or whatever. My nigga is James Baldwin.
Hey,
Glad I ain't picked him this
I think we did him before.
This James Baldwin have been picked millions of times, and
But
that's
nah.
because he's great.
Well, no, I just listened to some shit. I
love James Baldwin.
Listen to NPR.
Got to read his book.
Yeah, I'm not a Negro.
I'm not your Negro.
Yeah, that shit. But fuck that shit. Yeah, read that. But it's an NPR podcast called Throughline.
No, I just okay.
James Baldwin fire. Listen to that
It's
shit.
fire.
He would not be up for none of it. First of all, he'll tell
James Baldwin.
He'll tell Obama to suck his dick.
True Through Lines, the documentary about James Baldwin is going to be on CNN,
Yeah.
I think, tomorrow.
Oh, I might take this. I might record it so I can
Hey,
watch it.
boy, James Baldwin was that nigga. And real quick before you do, the thing that I liked about James Baldwin, he didn't put his sexuality before his blackness. He was like a nigga first. He like, we going through this
What
as niggas.
sexuality?
He was a faggot.
James Baldwin ain't gay.
You out your goddamn mind. If
You ever
think-
heard him say that?
We
Okay,
never heard
all
Luther
right.
Vandross say it either, but
Look, what Freddie Jackson?
we never heard
Jackson
Fred
ain't never
Jackson
said I
say
sucked
it,
dick.
but
Tevin Campbell ain't never said I sucked dick.
they asked.
It's cool.
They asked, and it was
I'm
just
not
like you're gonna have
saying
to
that
find
about
out.
nobody
But
until
you-
they tell me.
But why
I'm
though?
looking at you, Joe.
But you make it see you are a pro gay activist.
Damn right.
But you act like it's such a bad thing. Like,
ain't say it was
why you
bad.
can't just put it on them?
I'm just not putting nothing
This
on
ain't
nobody.
something-
So you assume heterosexual until you are
Damn
found
right.
guilty of being
Because
homosexual.
the natural order of things is heterosexual. I said it, and I still vote for gay rights.
Yeah,
Brittany, give me a
we'll
nigga.
talk about that one.
So friends, I just want to let y'all know that I was trying to let Anthony see this, and it says you haven't heard some weird shit until you fuck a deaf girl.
What is this?
Sounded like I was beating a baby seal.
This is supposed to be your last person.
No, that's
All
not.
right, man. My nigga this week.
Okay, my nigga this week though is Davon Rogers
fuck is that?
from Big Brother All Stars. Y'all need to go.
Love that fucking show,
I do.
man.
I have no idea what
But
this
y'all
is.
need to go check. Y'all need to go check out her speech yesterday before she got evicted. It was probably one of the best speeches I've ever heard on Big Brother history. And also I appreciate the way she played this game, and she made sure that no matter how many white people was in her face, she always let them know she was a nigga today, she was a nigga tomorrow, and she gonna be a nigga always. And she made sure to let them know that she was a beautiful black queen and that her blackness don't come off. And she really represented for niggas this season around, and I really appreciate what she was doing, what she was trying to do, and hopefully it can get accomplished one day. So y'all go check her out. Her name is Davon Rogers, and check out her final speech on Big Brother All Stars this week.
Word up. Oh, you got Jack.
Please don't beat on the table. We almost there.
Nigga.
Hey, cameo.
Last
My nigga this week, because we were talking about the Supreme Court and because of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Thurgood Marshall.
Thurgood.
Remember, I want to show you. I want to point something out. Thurgood Marshall was the first black Supreme Court justice, right? Mm-hmm. They replaced him with Clarence Thomas, and everybody was like, "What's real?" Let me show you how crackers do real quick. Crackers was like, "Why y'all mad? You replacing a nigga with a nigga? Why we was mad, cuz?"
It's like
because
Clarence
Thomas is
a coon.
The coon of all coons.
That's like the Attorney General from Kentucky when they asked him something about representing black. He was like, "Well, I am black. I'm black, aren't I?"
No, he said, no, they asked him.
What did he, right.
What was the racial makeup of the grand jury? And then he said,
didn't want to get into that.
I can't disclose that. And they said, well, not by law, you can tell us. And then he was like, well, I don't think it's appropriate.
Right. But no, he did say something about, they asked him about black.
Was white.
They asked him about black representation. And then he was like, I am black.
Then he said, well, you can't tell us make up the jury. He said, well, I'm black.
Right. It's something like that.
The first book report that I ever did was on Thurgood Marshall.
I love Thurgood
whatever,
Marshall.
like the 4th grade. I drew a picture of that nigga and all, whatever.
Thurgood Marshall, man. Y'all check him out and find out why.
He had a white bitch?
I don't know.
I think he did.
Find out why, but Thurgood, he a real one.
Oh, Frederick Douglass had a white bitch.
Good. That's good. Frederick Douglass had a white bitch. Good. By the way, but
you sound real.
Thurgood Marshall being replaced by Clarence Thomas is exactly the same as Ruth Bader Ginsburg being replaced by Amy, whatever her name is. Brothers Podcast. Appreciate y'all sticking with us through the technical difficulties and all the other foolishness. We'll see y'all next week, man. As we say all the time, all power to the people. Peace.
You a hater, bear.